And this is the video review for Dark of the Moon Deluxe Ratchet. Yes, he's really that green. Actually, he's not quite as green as he's coming off on camera, but let's see if I can... There we go. But he is very green. Now you can see the new paint job with the white. Rescue E4. The Mech-Tech weapon that plugs in on top. And very basic underneath the body. But he actually has the rear windows this time. And I really like him. He's a nice solid vehicle mode. Again, you can unplug the Mech-Tech weapon. He's got the tire. But he's just a nice car. I really like him. Just a good vehicle mode there. Also, his Mech-Tech weapon is awesome. I'm sure you've seen how his blade flips out. Well, it's actually there's a geared notch in here. So when you flip the blade out, not only does the saw blade flip out, but it does actually spin, and you can really get it going. And it spins smoothly, which is nice too. It's not like a rough spinning. It does. You can get pull it back, and you can hear it just spinning nice and smoothly, and it spins really well. So that's a really neat feature. I knew the saw blade flipped out. I was not aware. I knew it could spin, but I wasn't previously aware that it actually automatically spun when you whipped it out, and that's awesome. So yeah, probably one of my favorite Mech-Tech weapons. I've actually sat on the couch, not even playing with Ratchet, but just had this in my hand and just while I was watching TV, just flipped it, made it spin to the point where my wife told me to stop it. So that's how cool that is. Ratchet himself, also really cool. I think he's my favorite of the new ones I got recently. Although they're probably going to pale once Sentinel gets here, either later today or tomorrow. I've got, and on that note, I've got 2 packages coming to me via DHL. And I'll also be doing the transformation while we do this over the next couple of days. They're both on the way. I've got 2 tracking numbers, but I don't know which package is which. One package is Leader Sentinel Prime. The other package is the Cyberverse, Megatron, and Optimus actual packs, not the little Cyberverse, although I think it's the same figure but with a different accessory. The ones with the trailers that actually turn into the Battle Station playset. So I'm kind of excited for those 2. So I have 2 tracking numbers, one of which will most definitely be here later today, one of which might get here today depending on how fast it shows up into Cincinnati, might get here tomorrow, but I don't know which one's which, so maybe I'll have Leader Sentinel today, maybe I'll have the 2 Cyberverse and Sentinel tomorrow. We'll find out. But yeah, they transform the legs around. Then you bring this piece down, and then fold the bumper down to just, it doesn't snap or anything, but it does fill in that gap. And then this backpack piece folds up, locks up in there. The shoulders, bring the arm down and around, and then fold the wheel in, just like that. And do the same over here. And there is Ratchet in robot mode. And again, he's got a nice solid robot mode. He does not, if you look at the side of his legs, he is in fact fully capable of standing with straight legs. A lot of people were worried about that. And I think part of it too is not even so much that he's standing with his knees bent, it's just the way they cut the pieces. Because if you look at the front of his leg, and you put it down, it's actually pretty straight. You can see the front of the leg, the knee, the lower leg, and the foot. The lines on how they did the calves and stuff, especially from the inside, constantly make it look like his knees are bent. And they're not. They're straight. He can stand up straight. You can stand him with his knees bent if you prefer. But he does actually stand up on straight legs. And I know a lot of people were worried about it. Like I said, a lot of that's just the right angle. See, that looks, even though this piece up here is straight on for a leg, looking at it from that angle from the inside makes it look like they're bent, and they're not. So he can hold Mech-Tech weapons in his fist like that. He also has 2 Mech-Tech ports here on his shoulders that you can use. And then just a quick size comparison again since these are the ones I have. Generations tracks, sidearm side swipe, just to get an idea of how tall he is. He's standard deluxe class height. But yeah, I think Ratchet is probably my favorite of all the figures. he's got a decent amount of paint applications. The white does take up a lot of them. I love his Mech-Tech weapon. I think his Mech-Tech weapon, like I said, really is one of my most fun and favorite ones of that we've gotten so far. Just a whole lot of fun there. I like Ratchet in the Deluxe size. I like this version a lot better than the Voyager version of Ratchet. But I also like, and it's kibble free on the bottom, unlike the previous Deluxe where the knees were kind of, scraping the ground. I would have gotten my Ratchet out, but my previous Deluxe Ratchet is actually up in the attic, and I just moved it all the way to the back of the attic a few days ago because we had a guy coming in to look at our HVAC. We're going to put the new HVAC system into the house. So I didn't have the easy access to the ladder to get up there and get all the way to the back of the attic, so I didn't bother getting him. But I do think this one's better. So definitely worth the upgrade. Dark of the Moon Deluxe Ratchet.